goddesses. Time for us to talk about the full moon in Capricorn, but it's the full moon. So whenever we have the full moon, time to turn it up. All right, let me get started. Hello, how are you all doing? I'm Tara Milade, your goddess guru, your sister friend, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. I'm here to talk about the full moon in Capricorn. It's actually our second one. We had a full moon in Capricorn in June, and now we're having one in July. So we're going to look at that. I have an oracle reading for you. And also I have I'll go through the signs in this video also. I hope you all are doing well. And it's a lot going on right now. It's a lot going on. Let's just go on ahead and look. So I want you to mark your calendar. July 21st, 2024, 6:17 a.m. Eastern time. This is at 29 of Capricorn, which is why I'm just like, wow, wow, wow. That's a powerful full moon. When I saw it, I was like, why? Don't we have enough going on in the world right now, especially here in the USA? I think this mood is going to be telling of something. It's going to be telling of something, y'all. But hey, one thing I do recommend is that you do as much as you can for your full moon rituals around the 19th, 20th, okay? Because that moon is so early on the 21st. We'll still be in this full moon energy for 2 weeks afterwards. Don't get me wrong. But oftentimes I like to remember to tell you all when to do your ritual work or really just take that time to kind of hone in on the moon. What I want to show you next is my newest Sacred Goddess Toolkit is out. It's Hypnosis for Confidence and Success. Plus, there's a shadow work bonus. And the reason I have the shadow work bonus is because this full moon, that 29 degree, you saw my reaction to it. I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? It's a very karmic moon. And so I thought, you know what? There's a lot of energy around. I just think a lot of the things that maybe we try to hide and we don't want to face will be coming up for us. It'll be individually and it will be collectively. Okay. So that's what I created this for. Capricorn, I don't care what day of the week it is. Capricorn is about success. And so, and success, a lot of times we need to have a level of confidence. So that's why this is about confidence, success. I also include my Capricorn Full Moon affirmations deck to help keep you motivated because it's all about working with the subconscious mind. So, I want you to be successful and confident from the inside out, and it helps to work with that subconscious mind to get yourself on board with everything. So that's the latest there. And again, for anyone who might be new here, I want to just greet you and say hello. It's nice to meet you. I am Tyra Omilade. I am a spiritual guide. I am a coach, an astrologer, a healer, all things goddess. That's what I'm all about. Women's empowerment and helping us to use ancient wisdom as well as tapping into our feminine energy, working with the goddess. I want to do all of that to support women. This is what I have found helps women. So that's who I am. And, it's other stuff about me, but that's what I want to let you all know right now. Okay. So I'm actually going to link in the full moon video from last month because a lot of what I said last month applies this month because it's the full moon in Capricorn. And I'm not doing the full presentation, but I'll link it here in the video. And I want you to go back and watch what I said in that video, especially the beginning part, because it's specific to this moon also. I do want to just go ahead and point out that I have on, first of all, I don't typically wear these glasses for those who don't don't know me. I don't typically wear these glasses. I'll try to just blow myself up a little bit. I think I'm gonna do it this way. But I decided I wanted to have on a more Capricorn corporate professional look. I put on my black dress because Capricorn, one of the colors of Capricorn is black, it's navy, um, toned down colors that are more like appropriate for business, like especially like corporate colors. And I also chose this one because it has the pink in there because the sun is in Cancer. Cancer, the color for Cancer is pink. It's all about this nurturing energy, home, that kind of thing. So make sure you utilize the colors for this particular moon. Also, it's one I don't all the time like using the word hack, but it's one of the hacks. I don't really have a better word to use. It's one of the ways to harness the energy. That's probably the better way of working with the energy. And a lot of us, in my opinion, we need more Capricorn energy. There's part of Capricorn where we need to release and let it go. And then there's a part of Capricorn where we need more Capricorn energy in the world right now. So let's just talk a little bit about what Capricorn means. But before we do that, we'll do the full moon. And then I'll tell you why I'm saying we need more Capricorn energy. So the full moon is about endings, culminations. And this moon in particular is, I think, about resolving something because I see it as so karmic. A lot of what that means is it's just the way the planets are set up and the degree that they're on that makes them it's definitely something that's coming up that it's like a haunting that has always been there. Or it may be, you have some regrets about something and an opportunity will come around for you to resolve it. I know sometimes I think about regrets that I've had, and there's nothing I can actually do to change it. I don't even know where the person is, to be honest with you. But I do feel there are times that come up where the universe is like, I'm really offering you an opportunity to let this go, to forgive yourself. um you know there is this energy of compassion just because we have certain placements of the planets, like the sun is in Cancer, Neptune in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. There's this energy around, have a little compassion for yourself and forgive yourself, because there's some open loops that some of us are dealing with. And this moon, I believe, can help us to tie up the ends of open loops. Now, make no mistake about it, Capricorn is a sign that is about material success. And it absolutely could be you're seeing more success. And let me tell you, if you've already experienced some success and you haven't celebrated it, this is a time for you to do that. Okay. So, but also, Capricorn is a moon that, or a sign that actually has to do with death. It is the energy of the elder. There is this energy of endings with this moon. And so, um, what is it that needs to die? What needs to be released and let go of? What needs to be purged, cleared, cleansed, purified from your life? Okay. So something about endings, culminations is always about celebrations. We always have to take that time to celebrate. And as you watch this video, I love it when y'all interact with me. I would love it if you would just write down one thing that you're celebrating. And again, it could be something around you were successful in some kind of way. Maybe you were successful in overcoming an adversity, or you were successful in releasing an addiction or something like that. Whatever it is. And I know you may not want to list that, but I will celebrate with you if you do, especially if you're releasing an addiction or overcoming adversity. You want somebody to celebrate because we want to get that locked into the subconscious mind. But also definitely around purging, releasing, letting go, It's like a resolution, okay? And there's something karmic. You may even find that some karma comes back. Now, I want to believe it would be good karma. I do want to believe that. I just want to say Capricorn is it's not sort of, it is the energy that is like, I just give you what you deserve. And so don't be surprised if something comes back around and you're like, yeah, I've had those moments where I'm like, yeah, I deserve that. I know I did something. I may not even remember what it was, but I can feel like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go on ahead and just be like, yeah, that's what happened, and I have to accept it because I know in a way it's coming back around. But it could be it's some type of karma that comes back around. This is what's coming to my mind. So who does this relate to? Someone did you wrong, you didn't do them wrong, and now something is coming back to you. You're being rewarded in some kind of way, and you're like, I'm so happy I made the choice to not retaliate against the person who did me wrong. So I like that for you all, or for us. I'm acting like I'm not a part of this. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I'm going to talk about this, but one of the cards that I pulled is the realization card. So revelations, open yourself up to revelations. This is going to be a moon that reveals a lot, a very revealing moon. So what's being revealed to you? And I want you to start looking at this. See, again, I want y'all to know practical astrology. That's what we're about here. How do I apply this astrology? I don't want y'all just listening. I want you to apply it. So this is what I want you to do. Starting even now, today is the 14th, a week before the full moon. What is being revealed? You want to look and see what's being shown to you. All right. So in the card that I pulled from my oracle deck is realization. What are you realizing? And that will help you be more successful. It will help you to, because Capricorn is about who, what you're known for. And so maybe, you're realizing what you want to be known for, or maybe you see now people are starting to realize you for the truth of who and what you are and what you want to be known for. So revelations, realizations, what's coming to you, be looking for it even 2 weeks after that full moon. Okay. The full moon is about pushing and pulling and balance. And so you want to just see what areas of life do you feel that tug in, and what are you being asked to look at? How are you being asked to bring more balance into your life as you look at the worlds where you're, or that part of your life where you're, on one hand, it's this over here is important, and then this is important, and you're trying to figure out like, how do I do both? Or how do I, yeah, just bring that balance between the two? Because a lot of times the full moon will reveal where you're not in balance. And so that might be helpful in determining that. Okay. So, what is the meaning of Capricorn? So, I want to just go back to what I was talking about earlier. And that is, for a lot of us, uh, we, I just, I want to be, I want to be respectful because I think a lot of us have dealt with quite a bit. However, I do think that we have had it a little bit. Well, we're in a society. I'm going to say it this way. We're in a society that makes us think things come easily and effortlessly all the time. So many of us are in we know about manifestation and law of attraction and different things like that. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the depth of, what it takes to actually live a life on purpose. And Capricorn is always that reminder that, yeah, you can manifest things easily and effortlessly. We should not be on the struggle bus all the time when it comes to our manifestations. But there really is something to that saying. anything that's worth having, you're gonna have to put a little bit of something, something in there. You're gonna have to work for it. And Capricorn is that sign that helps you to remember, wait a minute, what was the plan? What was the plan? What did we say we were gonna do? It gives you the energy to stick and to stay. Capricorns are the dinosaurs of the zodiac. It's an ancient sign, and it has this lasting power. And that's what Capricorn helps us to do. It helps us to have that lasting power. And so I just encourage you to allow this full moon in Capricorn, second time, help this full moon to um, imbue you with the energy of no matter what. Yes, there will be days when we want to quit. Yes, there will be days when things feel hard. And Capricorn is just that energy of, I want to succeed. I want to succeed and I'm not giving up. I'm not going to quit. And that's what it takes to achieve your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, and your desires. Capricorn is actually a feminine um, sign. All earth signs, feminine. And so I just think that's interesting that Capricorn is a feminine, it's a feminine sign. And it's like, hey, we're going to get this done. I see it as kind of like big mama energy, right? So you can see here all of um, the key words and what Capricorn symbolizes: success, hard work, planning, tenacious, endurance, patience. Follow the rules and plan, because Capricorn is a tried and true type of energy. And though there is a lot right now that's happening that's taking us out of the comfort zone, this is in astrology. There's a lot going on in the astrology that's taking us out of the comfort zone, our comfort zone. Capricorn request that you still have something about what you're doing that's following the rules, the tried and true path. And let me tell you, hard work and having a plan and following the plan never goes out of style. Never. When you don't know what to do, stick and stay. Stick and stay. It's not necessarily follow arbitrary rules. It's more of like what you're working on. What are the rules for what you are working on? And it's interesting because, you know, the planet that rules Capricorn is Saturn, and Saturn rules Aquarius, which is a little bit of a rule breaker. But Aquarius typically is only going to really make it because it has this energy of sticking and staying. And then there's like this opportune moment that happens for it to totally break out outside of the rules. It's like this crazy up level, right? This has to do with cycles, and I really do believe it cannot be a coincidence that we've had 2 Capricorn full moons. Every year we're going to have 2 moons that's the same. And this year just so happens to be Capricorn is the moon that's repeating itself. I just believe on the collective level that something is dying, that something is being released and being let go. um, that one cycle is ending and a new one is fully beginning. And for me, it has to do with Aquarius. It has to do with where is the most powerful planet, Pluto, Aquarius. It is coming back to Capricorn to, continue to finish up the work that has been done in Capricorn, which is to make things kind of fall and crumble and transform. And this is more of like Phoenix rising type stuff. So it's definitely a cycle. And I believe it's one that's ending because it's on the 29th degree. The 29th degree is the degree of karma, and it's just it's a very challenging degree, but it's definitely about an ending as you're just about to be rebirthed into a new beginning. And it's a lot of chaos and craziness. So that's actually something that you may experience. And I just want to bring in childbirth. So when a woman is going from having the part of her birth where the door is opening for the baby's head to actually or body to come out, and when it's going from that phase to pushing the baby out, there's the middle phase called transition. And transition is very short, but it's the craziest part of the labor and delivery experience for the mother. And so it's tumultuous. A lot of times you'll see the woman she just gets disheveled. It's this energy of surrender because the body is having to do everything it can to get itself to switch over, and it creates all this chaos inside of the mom. I remember when I experienced it both times. It's just it's I don't really have full words for it other than it was just like a lot of energy, and I did not feel like I had control of my breath, or my body was just doing all kinds of things. There was a lot of pain involved. But baby, it's short. And once it switched over both times, poop, babies came out. um, so that's what this is about. That's what I believe we're going to be seeing. It's going to be, and I just encourage you to take that time to take some deep breaths. I believe, it's hard for me to turn news off. I'm very selective for everybody who tells me, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I'm very selective in what I watch. But I am even turning the news off more right now just because I think it's not good for my nervous system. And at the end of the day, what I want to offer to you, whether it's something chaotic that comes to you personally, or if what you see going on in the world is disturbing you, the best thing you can do is to take care of your nervous system. We need to keep our nervous systems calm, because if my nervous system is calm and your nervous system is calm, and we are opening ourselves up to truly trusting in the higher divine energy, which I call the great mother energy, and the ancestors, the great father, I'm gonna call them all right now. um there is a divine plan. There is a divine plan that is unfolding in your life. There is a divine plan. We have to have a high, high trust in the universe. There is a divine plan that is unfolding in the world, in the collective. And this is the time that all of us agreed to be here. And I just want to offer to you, the more you keep yourself in a place of calmness, and if that means that you cannot be plugged into the news, then don't plug into the news, because we need calm um, nervous systems. We need women saying prayers. If you need a prayer, or if you need to be prayed for, I want you to. You don't even have to tell me what it is. Just drop it in the comments, and I will pray for you. I pray for you all anyway, but I'll say a special prayer for you. All right. And if you come here and you look in the comments and see somebody has requested prayer, then I'm asking you to please say a prayer for whoever drops that. But you can see here, tenacious. We want to be tenacious. The other thing I want you to think about too is Capricorn is the energy of the crone face of the goddess. This is the powerful, transformative, wise version of the great mother energy. I always start with the name Oya from the Ifa tradition. And so when we're working with this energy of Oya, the older I get, the more I realize crone energy has a strength about it. And that's what we want to lean into. We want to lean into the strength and wisdom of the great mother, the crone face of the mother. And I want you to think about the big mama in your life. I want you to think about that old wise woman. Bless her, Dr. Ruth, you know, she passed. I hadn't thought about Dr. Ruth in so many years. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, what a blast from the past. But it's sort of like a Dr. Ruth type of energy. When I look at all the people who are remembering Dr. Ruth, they're like, oh my gosh, I remember Dr. Ruth said this or she said that. And we just all love Dr. Ruth and her cute little body and her cute accent, you know. So it's like that kind of energy. I just think about that grandma energy for those of us who had good relationships with our grandma, where you just go and lay on grandma. Grandma don't even need to say nothing, or what she said was just so perfect. So a lot of times that crone wisdom is simple. My mother-in-law said not long before she passed, just a few months before she passed, I was telling her, "Oh, this is going on, mom, and that's going on." And she said, "You know what? Y'all gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just fine." And when I get stressed out, I just listen to Big Mama, Virginia. That was her name. Listen to Mama Virginia's voice in my head. You're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just fine. Simple, yet powerful. Maybe you are the big mama. And it's like you're being called to speak. You're being called to speak and share more. All right. That conservative energy of Capricorn doesn't want to spend anything. Capricorn wants to conserve everything. It wants to use just a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Um, so what is it that you need to be more how with your resources, or where do you need to, because Capricorn is like it pinches off. It's like you don't need all that. You only need just what you need. I'm just gonna give you, if it's five, I'm not giving you six. You're gonna get five, whatever five signifies. Okay. So Capricorn is also resourceful, because I want you to remember, Capricorn is ancient energy. And so maybe this full moon is going to help you to see how you are resourceful or where you need to be more resourceful. I've talked about the wisdom. Open yourself up to the wisdom of this moon. It's ambitious. Wow. Ambitious, ambitious, ambitious. um, I have some stuff kind of repeated here. But yeah, ambitious. If anyone who knows a Capricorn knows, most Capricorns that you meet they are like, we're gonna be successful no matter what. They almost could be cutthroat if they're not balanced. Prudent is more of like that energy of kind of like not just showing it all. And it's like you're gonna get things done exactly how you said you're gonna get them done. You want to be very responsible. It's a very, very responsible energy. So, where do you need to be prudent? Where do you need to be responsible more in your life? You may realize that with this full moon. It's a constant energy. I love that about Capricorn. It's the energy of boundaries. And I think that is so important. I think a lot of us are going to recognize where we don't have enough boundaries and where we need to have more boundaries in our lives. And boundaries are for you to hold for you. Other people, oh, so and so is not respecting my boundaries. We hear that a lot. No, you make people respect your boundaries. That's what I think this moon is going to bring up for us. It is this energy of rigidity. That's kind of a little bit of the downside of Capricorn. It could be kind of like I'm not budging. I'm just not budging. So it's kind of like we want to keep things in balance, right? Where could you be? Take a little bit more action. Be willing to move. Capricorn actually is like, I'm not sitting around here playing with y'all. I'm ready to go. So let's go. Karma, yes, I'll talk about that a little bit more, but definitely a karmic moon. This death rebirth energy, again, crone energy, which I put twice. So I'm gonna go just a little bit different with this particular um full moon presentation, just because the last time I talked about this moon in detail. So I want to talk about the shadow work. I want to give you some questions to ponder because I truly believe this full moon is bringing up a lot around shadow. So I want you to think about this. Have you ever experienced trauma, such as an abusive relationship or death, and you want to process your darker urges and emotions? That is something that could be coming up for you during this full moon. And I just encourage you to um, face it. The full moon brings a lot of light, and so, whatever this moon illuminates for you, I think it's important, that you face it, because this is a moon where you truly can either start getting on the healing path, or if you've been there for a minute, it's gonna help you to begin to tie it up. Sometimes it gets just it's not fun. It feels like we stay on the healing path, but this is one of those moons where it's like, "Oh, no, that one is really behind me now." I really believe that. Can you identify the triggers that bring about your shadow feelings and want to learn how to acknowledge and express these emotions? That is very challenging. I'm actually going through a new coaching program right now that is all about doing this kind of work. But at least if you can identify the connection that's in you to the trauma, to the trigger. And all you need to do is look at the trigger and then start connecting it to what is this trigger about? Why do I keep getting triggered in this way? And I want you to think about when you get triggered, that nervous system goes into fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode. Okay. So it's kind of like if you could just at least bring a little bit more light to it. And I think that this full moon is going to be able to help you with that. You won't feel so controlled by it. It won't feel so hard and so difficult. That's how I felt in the past. And also in my full moon toolkit, I've put a tool in there for you to use to do this work. Do you believe that you can learn how to calm yourself down and overcome your fears by embracing your dark side? And I know it's asking, do you believe that? But I really want to let you know the answer to that question right now is yes. I used to just hate. There was like so much in me, and I would just feel like I need to um not face this thing. I used to think it's gonna kill me. And then once I started facing everything, it was like, wow, I feel so much better. And there are ways to actually do that. Okay. And I am one of those coaches that it has gotten training to help people with that. So please look me up if you want to go through my coaching program. I'm here for you. Do you want to have a more holistic view of yourself, allowing you to feel empowered and less triggered by other people? That is where I want you to go. And so this full moon, I honestly, in my heart of heart, believe it is going to be helping you with having a more holistic view of yourself, feeling more empowered and less triggered, which is a beautiful place to be in. Oh, it's so freeing. It's so freeing. So these are the questions that I'm going to ask you in this particular um full moon. So I have to look at my notes. You'll see me looking down. What is this full moon all about? So these are some of the topics that are coming up. I want to just go a little bit more into detail. Let's see here. Yeah. Um, let me bring this up. Oh, you can see it well. Okay, good. Okay. So number one, this full moon is truly about taking action. There's a lot of energy around what action are you going to take? And I honestly believe it's going to be action around completing something. Because it's a full moon, it's at the 29th degree, it's in Capricorn. All of those are about completing something or an ending. And so, yeah, I think that is something to think about. And it's kind of like, you're gonna have that get up and go to actually be able to do that. This moon also has in it the energy of Earth, and Earth is about material manifestation. Now, it also has water because the sun is um, in Cancer. And so it's one of the things that has been apparent for this year is the importance of um, using your intuition, balancing action with intuition. So I think that's something else that will be evident for us. It's a lot about, let me just stick with the earth. There is definitely something about material manifestation or being successful in some kind of way on the physical plane. And I want you to go back to January and I want you to look at your New Year's intentions. I want you to look at what new moon intentions did you set at that new moon in January? And what have you achieved since then? I want you to take stock because now we're at the middle part of the year and it will help you to understand what else needs to be completed. What else do you need to be working on? But definitely take that time to celebrate anything that you have manifested. So I'll just say now, I'm really proud because I know in January I wanted to do an audio summit and I've done my audio summit. So I'm going to celebrate that with you all. Now another thing that this is about is there's something about a plan and there's something about all the to-dos. So it's kind of like, do you have your to-do list together for your plan? If you haven't done that, you need to do that. There's also this moon is going to be talking about the importance of getting organized. So that's important. I also think there's something around health and wellness. Maybe when it comes to the bones, it could be something around digestion. Yeah, and maybe even something just in general around what you eat. That is something that could be coming up. I also think that this moon is gonna be one where if you've lost sight of the vision, you'll be able to get sight of the vision again. I think that this moon, as much as I'm actually feeling like I'm struggling with a lot that's going on, it's gonna have a theme of hope and faith. It's asking you to have hope and faith. It's asking you, where's your optimism? Because before we have the success of Capricorn, if you look here, before Capricorn is Sag. The energy of Sag is in this moon. And what is Sag? Sag is the vision, it is hope, it is faith. That arrow is pointing out into the future. And so it's like, keep your eyes up. Yes, we're gonna have to have this list because you can see before both of those comes Virgo, and Virgo is the part of this moon. And Virgo is like, hey, we need to. Oh, that's something else I want to say about this moon. We need to adapt some things. Maybe something needs to be shifted. Something needs to be changed because Virgo is adaptable energy. It's like problem solving. So this moon can help you to troubleshoot something, so that's really important. I think it's really troubleshooting around the plan. Okay. So yes. The next thing that I want to say is okay. So you see me look at my notes. S- Saturn, I want to talk about Saturn. So Saturn is very important because Saturn is the planet that rules this moon. And it's actually, I'm counting Saturn as a part of this moon along with the energy of Neptune. So you can see, first of all, Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces is a little karmic, but Pisces is the subconscious mind and it's the 99% unseen part of reality. And Neptune is on the 29th degree. There's this cloudiness, like a lot of us are experiencing, like, I can't see. And Neptune says, it's important for you to have faith. It's almost like blind faith. But the kicker is that both of these planets in Pisces, um, it kind of brings about this energy of um, shadiness. I was trying to think of a nicer word. It brings about a little bit of shadiness. So this is not a fun full moon, in my opinion. This is a very transformative full moon. It is one that if you use the energy in the best way possible, it could be one where you really commit yourself to trusting in the universe. Okay. So shadiness and fogginess. It's like Pisces you can't see. And it's like, what's the next step I'm supposed to take? Miracles will abound, but it's like we have to be open to the miracle. Okay. But I believe that on the personal level, this full moon is asking you to really get into that subconscious mind. It's one of the reasons that I was like, oh, this moon is about shadow work. Okay. You want to get into that subconscious mind. And well, really what's going to happen is whatever's there is going to be raised up. And when it brings it up, it's because the subconscious mind senses, oh, she's ready to deal with this, right? So that's something that is going to happen with this moon. But also, there's a lot of energy of spirituality in this moon. And it's about having your spiritual practices. The number one thing I want to encourage you to have a spiritual practice around is keeping your nervous system calm. You might just put your hand on your heart if you start feeling anxious or taking some deep breaths. Do both. What is it that you can do to keep your nervous system calm? Because spiritual healing creates a dysregulated nervous system. And so this is one of the reasons it's so important to stick with the spiritual practices no matter what. So that on your worst day, you just default to them. Even if it doesn't feel fun, you don't feel inspired to do them, you just default to them. And it's going to help you to be able to weather the storm of the transformation. Because we're all in a very transformative mode right now. Again, a lot of mutable energy. So it's like adaptability, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be improved. How do we, I think this moon is even asking us to be a bit adaptable. And that's why I was talking about with Capricorn. Sometimes Capricorn is too rigid, and it's just saying you got to have a little bit more flexibility in there. Okay. Um, I believe that this moon is one where you can get a breakthrough. Now, will the breakthrough happen at the full moon? Could be. And it could be that this breakthrough is going to happen a little bit over time. But there's this energy of breakthrough, this energy of liberation. I just find it so fascinating that this full moon is at 29 degrees while Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, excuse me, while Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. And the reason that really stands out to me is because 29 degrees is for sure endings. And Pluto at 0 degrees is definitely new beginnings. It's ushering a new age in, the age of Aquarius, right? And so, we've been in Capricorn. And I really do believe that this full moon in Capricorn is helping to continue to usher in this energy of the old guard going out and the new guard coming in. Because Pluto is progress. Excuse me, Aquarius is progress. Aquarius is the sign that has to do with, it's the sign of the people. Um, Capricorn is a little bit of an oppressive sign. And so there's a transformation in governments and the powers that be. There's been a transformation in that. And it's always a struggle that we'll have as humans, but I just don't think that there's a coincidence that this second time we're having a Capricorn full moon, that this is happening. And I want y'all to really embrace that a lot of what's going on with this moon is really about the collective. There's a lot that we're going to see going on as a result. Um, yeah, karmically on so many levels. And so yeah, you can fix something. You can fix something. You can fix something. I want you to remember that. Now, Capricorn is opposite. The Capricorn moon is opposite the sun in Cancer. So I really do believe that that is asking that what it's bringing in, that push and pull. I didn't say this earlier. Is it's a push and pull between home and work, between self care and kind of like taking care of other people. And there could be something around ancestors that's coming up with this moon also. Both of these signs have to do with the ancestors. I've been calling on the ancestors. I mean, I do anyway, but a little bit more here lately. Something ancestral is coming up with this full moon also that we will see. But again, with Saturn being in Pisces and yeah, Neptune, I will say they play a supportive role in this moon. They will bring blessings. I do love that. Um, I do believe that Saturn is it's in this sign that has to do with compassion. So it can help to usher in more compassion in some regard. Um, Maybe you'll start seeing um boundaries as a form of being compassionate to yourself. Well, actually, it's compassion to other people when we have boundaries with them. So I think that's important. I really do believe that this is a moon that will be, a lot of us will say we dreamt about an ancestor or two or three or four, or our guides are really talking to us. I think it's just amplifying that energy until we get to December. So both of these planets do confer a lot of energy of blessings. But anytime there's something on the 29th degree, we have three planets on the 29th degree. Um, it's it's kind of serious, to be honest with you. It's not the easiest moon. So the other thing that I love about this moon is that Uranus is a part of the moon, and it is a planet that has to do with, like, up level. It's something unexpected. So I believe that this moon will bring about an unexpected event, and, it could be personally or collectively, but, I mean, Uranus is a collective planet, so definitely something in the news we'll be hearing about. It'll be something around it's a positive transit. Now I do like that about this moon. Some of these hard-hitting planets are at least aspecting the moon in a way that is like, wow, this is a blessing. So I believe that this moon could be bringing about an up level in some regard, something positive in the news around government. It could be something around families, around the earth, the ocean, that kind of thing. Now it's in Taurus, which has to do with money and banks. So, I don't know if it's going to be people are going to be finding that they're making more money or something. I would love that for you and me. Um, I will say, today is the 14th, and we're in this energy of, I'm going to show you really quickly, Mars conjunct Uranus, which is very, very serious. I talked about it a little bit last week. I did my best to try to make it personal, share personal astrology because that's what y'all are here for. But I mean, there's zero question in my mind. The thing that happened with the Republican candidate in Pennsylvania, uh, it has something to do with this Mars conjunct Uranus because Mars is violence. It's about action and up level and having this new beginnings around uh making progress. But make no mistake about it, Mars can be violent. Okay, now that has just happened a few days before this full moon, so we're still actually kind of feeling that energy a little bit. It's been kicked off. So where is my full moon? Oop, there we go. So there's definitely this energy of it's like a catapult. People kind of have this energy of being catapulted, going in a whole new direction, a whole new, yeah, catapulted in a new direction. So, and there's definitely something about technology. There's the news cycle, I think, is going to be amazing. I hope it's good because it's a trying. So I wanted good news. Come on, media. I do want to say, and I know I probably said this already in another video. I did say in my Jupiter and Gemini video that the I thought that the press was going to come under scrutiny, and they have. But it definitely is something with broadcasting. Okay. Now, I will say for some of us who have YouTube channels, podcasts, different things like that, this could be a really good moon for you. Could be a moon where something turns the corner for you. Okay. Let's see here. On that day, Mercury is square Uranus. And yeah, that one I'm just gonna say is gonna have something to do with conversations. There could be some challenging conversations that this moon brings about, but it helps to take you to the next level. Maybe you've been stuck. These conversations can help you to get going. Um, you could potentially get a breakthrough. Maybe you've had a limiting belief that's been holding you back, but then you get inspired in some kind of way and you get the breakthrough, or you get the breakthrough and then you get inspired, but it's going to be up here in the mind. There's definitely this energy about it's like a shake, is how I feel it in my body. Okay. So let me just pause for a minute. Okay. I hope that this has been good for you. Just want to remind you all, avail yourself. This toolkit is only $25. The Sacred Goddess Toolkit, Hypnosis for Confidence and Success, Shadow Work. And you can see why I put this together now that I've gone through the astrology for the full moon. You get your affirmation deck. It's printable. It's printable. And you get to do the shadow work. This little lady right here represents the goddess. You know, I don't all the time talk about the goddess. I'm going to do a better job. Even though I talk about the goddess centered lifestyle, I live, breathe, eat talking to the goddesses. But the goddess that I'm invoking right now is that crone energy of the great mother. And yeah, Oya is the name that I call it, call this energy. And uh, Hecate, I don't know if I said that right. Pele, Kalima, uh, Sekhmet, these are all energies that are about that fierce. It's a very fierce energy. So I really do wonder, is this going to bring up quite a bit of fierceness? Okay. So let me go through the signs. What does this moon mean for the signs? First of all, I want to say it's the perfect moon for leaders, people in government, corporate jobs, business owners, women leaders, people who work with the elderly, older people, human resources, payroll, accounting careers, business analysts, to name a few. It's all about the career. So anyone focused on their career right now, this is a good moon for you. It will be challenging for people who are Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. So you just want to use this moon to uplift you if it feels super challenging. So I'm just going to really quickly go through the signs, and yeah, I probably went through the signs the last time. Hopefully I will remember to put up the little sign that I'm on as I go, because I forget oftentimes. Okay. So for Aries, I want to focus on the shadow work. This is all about the full moon. I'm going to pause real quick. I want to just say you can go back and look at the other video. I'm pretty sure I went through the signs, but you could go back and look at that other video because I want to just kind of hone in on this one. There's something around career that Aries might be very much focused on, and that reputation and what you want to be known for. And so allow this moon to really help you to just go there about your career. I do believe on the other side, you're going to get clarity where you lack clarity. There's a level of faith that you're being asked to have. Where's your plan, Aries? Put your plan together, come up with the details. And then there's the other part, intuition and faith. Is there something that needs to be completed regarding career? Next is Taurus. So for Taurus, this is happening in the ninth house. So the ninth house has to do with um, travel to other countries, growth, expansion. It is the energy of faith and having a vision. And so it might be, what's your shadow telling you not to do regarding your vision, Taurus? And it's about your belief system and having this expensive belief system, but maybe your inner shadow is keeping you from having that expansive belief system, keeping you from having that faith, Taurus. So do some shadow work around anything that is causing you to be small and to shrink, because this full moon is asking you to open yourself up to growth, expansion, putting yourself out there, being visible, and being optimistic. Okay. Next is Gemini. Woo, Gemini. Let me get my fan for you. Woo, my God. I was already hot, Gemini, just to let you know. But then when I saw this, I got super hot. Okay. So this is the house of shadows. And, it's your second full moon, Gemini, with this energy in the eighth house. It's definitely this energy of transformation and change. And I just want you to reach out for help if you need help. If you have a Gemini in your life, please reach out to your Geminis and just, hold them and be with them during this time, because it can feel very, very challenging, because you're being asked to face your shadow. You're being asked to stand flat-footed and look at it. It's going to be illuminated the most for the air signs, but especially you, Gemini. Um, there's also some shadow about money. It might be money, maybe somebody owes you some money, or you invested some money with somebody and it just didn't work out, and you feel some kind of way about it, or maybe you just keep making the same mistake, Gemini. I don't know. But it's definitely something around money, debt, shared resources. Now, this energy is also Gemini asking you to go deep. Gemini actually doesn't like to go deep as a sign. It's like, let's have fun. It wants to look at all the small details, but there's something about depth. And, you can use this to really heal some stuff, to get that breakthrough that you're wanting, but it's going to require you to do your heroine's journey. What is the heroine's journey, Gemini? It's when you go down into the darkness like Persephone, and it's like the phoenix rising energy. You go down into the darkness and you face the darkness, and that's where you find your power. Where is your power hidden, Gemini? That's what this moon is going to help you to do. Find where that power is hidden and help you to go and access it. Okay. Cancer, this is in the seventh house. So very pivotal moon for you, Cancer. Um, it has something to do with relationships. And there's something that needs to be resolved, maybe, or maybe there is a revelation or realization that you're going to have around relationship. It could be lifetime partner, husband, something like that, or it could be or husband or wife, spouse type stuff, Cancer. It could be just one-to-one relationships in general. Just you're just like everybody, I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at all y'all. Now, some of the Cancerians might be like, you know what? I really haven't done a good job of keeping up with certain people. So something about relationships. I also think for you, Cancer, it's something around support. It's like, Cancer, you're not too good at getting support. You want to take care of everybody. If anybody needs some boundaries, it might be Cancer. But I really do think that there's this shadow coming up around you and the need for support, lack of support, maybe you over supporting people, codependency, something like that coming up for you, Cancer. Big changes coming. There's an ending that's going to happen for you, and it's going to birth you into a new beginning. Okay, next is Leo. So, Leo, this is happening in your sixth house. And I think for you, Leo, this full moon is about um it's about the fine details. Maybe there's something about the fine details that Leo has just have you been too focused on the fine details, not focused enough on the fine details, Leo? Um maybe there's something in you. There's the shadow part of yourself doesn't want to focus on the details. There's also the sixth house has to do with problems. So it's like there's a problem, and maybe you just have been avoiding this problem. And this full moon is like, hey, do you want this breakthrough? Just like, I think it was Gemini said, you're gonna have to go into the darkness. You're gonna have to make that heroine's journey down into the depths, just like Persephone, and face it. And it's going to support you. Now, what could you be avoiding? That could be problems in general, but it could be something around work and career. It could be something around your health and your well-being. I'm gonna be honest with you, Leo. The sixth house could be a house where it's like work-life balance could be off, or you doing a little bit too much. Who are you helping a little bit too much? Or maybe it's just codependency. Like, I'm hearing it like this. Leo, are you trying to fix somebody else when you really should be fixing you? Like sometimes when we want to fix other people, it's because we're avoiding fixing something about ourselves. Because the sixth house has to do with helping people who are down and out, right? And I think that this is something about that. Or maybe there was someone you were supposed to have helped, and it's going to come back around, and it's your opportunity to fix it. Okay. Could have something to do with pets also, but definitely focus on work and your health. It's a breakthrough around that for you, Leo. Okay. Next is Virgo. So for you, Virgo, we're always talking about Virgo and having fun and having a good time. Because Virgo is so serious minded, always, in the lab fixing something up or looking at something that's wrong because, you have this laser focus, or you have the ability to see all the small little details. And it's kind of like uh no fun being that person. It's a highly critical sign, right? So it's kind of like, is your inner critic just staying on you so much that you never have fun? Do you need to have some more fun, Virgo? Do you need to do more around self-expression? Do you need to do more around healing your inner girl? Maybe you keep your inner girl just locked up. And this full moon is like that shadow part of yourself is like, don't have fun, stay serious. But two full moons in Capricorn for you, it's like, Virgo, I'm gonna need you to go have some fun. All right. It could be fun around, like I said, creativity, a hobby, something like that. And yeah, maybe there's a hobby that you put down a long time ago, Virgo, and you want to pick it back up. It could be something around dating. Now, I could tell you, this house right here does have to do with dating. So for some of the Virgos, something around a past love, I think could be coming through for you all. And it's like you get to settle it up. So that could be something coming up. If Gemini is still listening, I should have said this to you. Something around sex is coming up also for some of y'all. Geminis and Virgos, and it has to do with, like, for Virgo, it could be karmically something happened, with a date and sex, and, maybe you wanna resolve it, or maybe you're just kind of like, "Maybe I need to do something different in terms of how I have sex." And it could be even just with, for those of you who have long term partners, it's kind of like, we need to do something with something that's coming up, something is up, okay? Um I also think that, some of the Virgos might be wanting to do something new in terms of, maybe you want to launch a business, or, like I said, really take your hobby to the next level. This is going to help you to do that. Okay. Libra, this is happening in your fourth house. And yeah, this is kind of challenging. The Libras are the ones that definitely are going to be dealing with some family stuff during this full moon. It could be thinking about the ancestors. Like, I think a lot of Libras need to get ready for the ancestors to come visit you. But also, it has to do with parents. Yeah, something around parents. Okay. This could be something challenging. It could be, something challenging with your parent in general, their life. It could be um something around your parents told you something, and that inner shadow is just latched on. It's like a loop playing inside your mind. And so, Libra, you're like, I need to get a breakthrough around this. I cannot be living according to whatever my parents, my ancestors taught me, and it's not working, so something like that. Something around home. Now, some of the Libras might be saying, hey, I'm gonna buy a new home, or I'm moving, I'm gonna live in a new place. And it's like, you gotta, like, clean everything up. You gotta finish it all up. So, definitely something around home, but it's a house that has to do with healing. And I think that it's like some phantom emotions, some stuck emotion is there, and it's trying to come up and be released so that you can get some relief from it, Libra. So that's something else I want you to be thinking about, using this moon to heal. Ooh, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. This is your kind of moon. Karmic, dark. So yeah, but it's actually happening in a house that has to do with social topics. So, this could be bringing up something around siblings, friends, coworkers, neighbors, a revisiting of it. Maybe there's some shadow that's there in those relationships, and it's you know, it the shadow is preventing you from having a good relationship, or something happened in the past and it's like, I want to resolve this thing. So it could be that. Scorpio, this also has to do with the mind. So a lot of the Scorpios might be dealing with limiting beliefs. You know, Capricorn on the third house can make you a little bit of a negative Nancy. And so it's, even depressed. And this moon could be coming through, that's kind of helping you to think, okay, what is it that I can do to be better in my mind, in my mental health, my mindset. There's something, some shadow part of you that's just running amok. I know I do struggle with this as a Scorpio rising. Those dark shadows, they just be coming in and just dropping bombs. And so this is an opportunity for maybe you to get some relief from that and to get healed up. Could be something around business and social media, something around networking could be coming through. And that could be good, actually. It could be there was some networking you did and it didn't really bring the results you wanted, but then it brings it back around. Maybe the last time it came around, negative Nancy was like, "Oh, you ain't ready." And now this time it's like, "No, I'm ready. I'm just going to go on ahead and do this. I want my breakthrough." Or it could be, sometimes people find social media posts that you made a long time ago, and you're like, I no longer believe that way. Oh, I didn't take it down. It's still there. I apologize. We might hear a lot of Scorpios saying that too. It is about travel, short distance travel. So, some of the Scorpios it might be just topics around travel, how you're moving to and fro. It could be something like that. Next is Sagittarius. So this is happening in your money house. And some of the Sagittarius is I don't know. I need to study Sag more because some Sagittariuses are so doggone good with their money because you have Capricorn on that second house. And, Capricorn is like, we're not spending all our money. We, Capricorn could make $1 stretch. That's what Capricorn is going to do. It's going to be looking at all the little deals. And so Sag is sort of that way because you have Capricorn on your second house, looking for all the deals. You want to save, so maybe there's some shadows around money that you want to get a breakthrough when it comes to your money because maybe you save too much, you don't spend enough. Or you're like, yeah, I want to save, but I don't save. And so, Sag, this is your opportunity to, um, deal with the shadows that prevent you from saving. Another one, though, is about self worth and self value. And so, shadows around that. Again, Sag typically is kind of a confident shine. But there's always people always will have some underlying worth issue. And maybe a ding happened in your early days around your worth and your value. And that's the shadow that's haunting you. And maybe it affects the way that you eat. Maybe it affects the way that you spend money. Maybe it is affecting, just like how you view yourself and the kind of relationship you have with yourself, how you are allowing yourself to be paid or not paid. So, you want to deal with that shadow that's coming up around self-worth, self-value. Could be some shadows around eating, you know. Sag is extreme. It typically is go big, but it's like whatever it's doing is going to do a lot of it. All right. Because I know some Sages are underweight. Yes, they are. Some Sages are overweight. And I initially thought Sag is like big booty, big legs, but I find a lot of Sagittarius is like there might be some in the middle, but it's extremes. It's like super tiny Sages and thick Sages, right? Um, so there could be something coming up around what are you eating? And are you eating in a way that's healthy for your body, Sag? Um, it could be bringing up, yeah, some shadow work around food and self-care. How are you caring for yourself? Or are you not caring for yourself, Sag? Okay. Last little bit, something around stuff. Could be something around your material possessions is going to be highlighted with this full moon. Okay, so now we have the sign of the hour, Capricorn. Woo, Capricorn. So you've had 2 full moons, huh? How's your life doing? How are things going for you, Capricorn? Capricorn, I know you don't like being highlighted too much, but for some reason, you're you're being highlighted quite a bit. Maybe you need to take a little bit of if people are saying good job, I want you to say thank you. I don't want to hear no, y'all, it's okay, or I don't know. It's all these ways that Capricorn doesn't know how to receive praise. So I want y'all to work against that shadow of, I just do what I do and I don't need no thanks and praise. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Capricorn. But yeah, this is definitely bringing up your shadows in general. Maybe it's shadows around health and wellness. The other one could just be there's like some darkness that you just haven't wanted to face about your life and it's negatively impacting you. And so this full moon is going to help you to be able to navigate all of that, Capricorn, and to get a breakthrough, to get free, um, to step into a new cycle. Also, I really do think that, yeah, there's something karmic that's going to come up for you. Something very, very karmic. I talked about that in the beginning, so I won't go into too much details. But your life is about to change. You're about to go in a whole new direction, and this full moon is going to help to usher that in, Capricorn. So just allow yourself to go there. Allow yourself to go there. Okay, next is Aquarius. And so for Aquarius, This is the 12th house. So you're the last air sign. Oh my gosh, Aquarius, I really do believe that this is going to be bringing up quite a bit for you around the subconscious mind and just what's there. Aquarius doesn't like to feel stuff, but this moon is really going to help you, or it's going to bring up a lot of feelings, but it's giving you an opportunity to purge what's not working for you. The shadows are coming through to give you a blessing, a message, Aquarius. So really open yourself up to that. It's also bringing you a message around spirituality and creativity. Maybe there's been some blocks there and you want to, that's going to start coming up for you, Aquarius. How do you get past these blocks, these spiritual blocks, blocks to your creativity? Also, it might be sort of like, I just need to get away. I just need to be by myself. So it could be bringing up something around that for you, also, Aquarius. But yeah, definitely, what do you need to purge? What do you need to release? Where do you need a breakthrough? This full moon is going to help you with that. And last but definitely not least is Pisces. And so for you, Pisces, this moon is about the 11th house. And the 11th house is a house of being gainful, and it's like achieving goals. So I think that Pisces actually could be one of the signs that's like, hey, I'm celebrating achieving a goal and making progress. And I can believe that this will be so for you because of the Saturn being in your sign. And Saturn has been making the Pisces get their stuff together. And I say it as a Pisces. Woo! Woo! This moon. So yeah, Saturn and Pisces is not what we're used to. We're used to just doing whatever we want to do and just being disorderly and disarray, and we don't know what's going on coming to and from. Saturn is like, no, 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 no. I'm coming here to help you to get yourself together. So I can imagine a lot of Pisces are feeling like they're being successful, or you're recognizing with this full moon those dark parts of yourself that keep sabotaging your success, because Pisces is a sign of sabotage. And so some of the Pisces are going to be like, I see why I keep taking 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, never getting to where I want to be. So definitely very powerful, very, very powerful full moon. It's also bringing up relationship topics for you, Pisces, friend groups. Maybe you're going to start, maybe there's something around collective groups that you need to explore and face. It could be you got wounded by a past group that you were part of and you need to resolve that. Or yeah, for me, it's an other lifetime thing too. It's just like something happened in the collective for me, and it just kind of, yeah, creates blocks for me when it comes to communities, even though I'm very communal. So it could be something like that for you, Pisces. All righty. So let's do very quickly Oracle reading. I did not think I would talk this long. I hope that if you're still here, that you're enjoying all of the sharing. I'm going to put myself a little bit bigger up on the screen. All righty, I am back. Okay, so the first card that I pulled is called, this is from my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. This is the Ace of Realization. It's a wind card. There are 2 planets in air right now that I think about, and I just say that it because this has to do with air, and then the card that I pulled from one of my other oracles has to do with air. So I do think that there's something about the mind that is very, very important with this moon, or social connections, that kind of thing. So this is the Ace of Realization, and I'll tell you what she says. it says here, she is all about immediate realization of the illumined mind. She is the mental breakthrough into conscious understanding. So that's interesting. Her halo radiates heavenly wisdom and understanding, bringing enlightenment of the mind through comet-like bursts of ideas and visions. Open to her immediate gifts of power and blessing for razor sharp mental clarity. So, we're very mental in this society. And I believe that that's something that we'll feel comfortable with, getting this razor sharp mental clarity. Astara is bringing you the cosmic light of realization when you need it most. And so open up to receive that during this full moon, dear sister. Let her gifts pierce through stagnant attitudes and beliefs to activate your cellular memory and your stellar vision. Open to her realization and then act upon your new understanding. And so, it's a full moon. We talked about this already, and how it's important for us to see what is this moon bringing up for us, as well as taking action. Now, this one I thought was pretty interesting. This is from my African Goddess Rising deck, Succulent. She's out of Trinidad and the diaspora, and she's the shadow. Okay, so here's the shadow that a lot of us will be focused on, the shadow of scarcity. Who is dealing with scarcity mindset right now? So it says beauty by day and hag by night. I don't know if you can see the two faces of her. Beauty by day and hag by night. Succulent is the energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Ole Hige and Boo Hag. Whether energy or blood, for vampires, there's never enough to go around. And what she says is, you have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. So be grateful for your riches. Who needs that message right now? Be grateful. You have so much more than you realize. So this is what she's asking you to do. Stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimbleful of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. And so, honestly, that is one of the I would say that's one of the shadows of Capricorn. It's it I want you to think, if you know this story, Scrooge, it is a definite Scrooge kind of energy. And we saw how unhappy Scrooge was when, he was not sharing, or Grinch energy, right? Okay, vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you're always hungry, tired, and jealous. Ouch. If you can't say amen, say ouch. So this is what we all need to do for this full moon. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? My blessings always overflow. This is the affirmation. My blessings always overflow. And what I love about that gratitude list is because Sag is a part of this moon. And one of the ways that we can help our shadow, because a lot of us are running from the shadow, a lot of the ways we can help our shadow is by sitting down and writing a gratitude journal with it, or not journal, but just writing, going through what we're grateful for. And I believe in writing it down. And because the shadow of scarcity and lack and not enoughness, some of it is just we haven't taken time to take stock of what we do actually have. Woo! When I saw her, I was like, I'm not certain about this, but okay, I like that. That oracle always gives. I think it's a little rough, but it always ends up in the end. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, last one. This is from my Moon Magic deck. Oh, I was so happy when I pulled this one. It's called Moonflower. And I love this one. Like I said, I'm petty as an astrologer and diviner. It's like I want positive readings. I'm like, oh, yay, this was positive. Okay. Moonflower. Keywords: blossoming, growth, accomplishment. This makes me feel so good just saying it. So this is the card of personal growth, and it indicates that a time of blossoming is about to begin. I told y'all. This moon is bringing about endings, but guess what? We're going to go into blossoming. It could mean that you take on a new challenge or hobby, or that you become more self-aware, more emotionally intelligent, and resilient. Whatever the external circumstances might be, whatever the catalyst, Moonflower is here to encourage you to open up and show your brightest, boldest colors to the world. Now is not the time to hide away and stagnate or to stay closed up, tight as a bud. Now is the time to turn your face to the light and drink in that which nourishes you. This card even reminds me, the sun is in Cancer. It's so Cancerian like, nourishing and pink, and it's just so beautiful. Okay. Yes, growth can be painful at times, occasionally coming about through difficult life lessons, but have faith that you will be better. You will be all the better for it. Have faith. Isn't that something we talked about with this Sag energy? You got to have faith. With the Neptune energy, you've got to have faith. In the meantime, become an active participant in your personal growth by setting yourself a new challenge or goal to achieve. Achievement breeds confidence. Oh my gosh. Increased confidence leads to greater achievement. I'm going to say this again because I had a coach who said this. If you want to feel successful, do something and you'll end up feeling successful. Do something, accomplish it, and you'll feel successful. So I'm going to read it this way. Again, achievement breeds confidence. Increased confidence leads to greater achievement. That's how personal growth works. And that is so Capricorn. Capricorn is like, do something. Dear Henry, do something. So, set your mind to something, expand your skill set, and know that you have the capacity to grow into an even more dynamic and accomplished individual. So with that, I am so happy. I love it. And look at this. I pulled those cards this morning. I created this last night. Hypnosis for confidence and success. It's all about helping all of this happen from the inside out. Why try to do this the hard way? Do it the easy way. Yes, this is one of the ways that we can make things easier. Might have to work hard, but we can still make things flow by accessing the subconscious mind. Details are in the description box for the Sacred Goddess Toolkit. Y'all have hung in here with me until the end. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you would, please give me a like, a share, especially if this video helped you. Come on, y'all. Can I get a thumbs up for that? But yeah, I'm just wishing you all a beautiful full moon. I know things are rough right now. Yeah, I know things are a little bit rough, but we're gonna make it together. I do believe we're gonna make it. Oh yeah. Together. I don't remember that song. I just know it just came to my mind. Love you all so much. Happy full moon. Woohoo. We're gonna jam. We're gonna party. Oh, guess what? We can't jam and party if I'll turn up the music. Crank it up. Happy full moon. Come on, y'all. Desperate time, hard time, calls for furious dance. I want y'all to enjoy this full moon. All right, y'all. We're gonna dance just a little bit more. So I can close this out. I see my cute little dress. Maybe hear me. All right, y'all, I'm gonna stop. Happy full moon.